Hello and welcome. This is Sydni Craig-Hart, your Smart Simple Marketing Mentor, and I am here with the lovely Melody Behringer, the founder of the Crave Company. And we are here to welcome you to the Crave Video Summit for the Flipped It book that was just released a few weeks ago. And to be frank, we just wanted to share with you why the heck we put this together.
Right.
So Melody and I decided to get together to tell you a bit of the backstory about this event and also why we put it together, what you can look forward to getting out of it, and why this is going to be so impactful for you in your business. So Melody, tell us what prompted you to put this project together, because as usual, you're the mastermind behind this fabulous idea.
Well, this very project, the Flipped It Summit, was your idea, girl.
That's true.
I was so excited to get that call from you one day going, hey, I see you're doing a Flipped It book, and this would make an awesome summit. And I'm like, you are so right. Thank you for coming into my life and doing this. You are a rock star interviewer, and I want you to do this forever with me.
Well, that is
so
highly possible.
But the whole way it started was a couple of years ago. I wrote a book, my own personal book called Craving Success. Somebody told me, you should write a book about all your mistakes that you've made. And I'm like, I never even thought about writing a book before a couple of years ago. And I could write that book about all the mistakes. So I spent about 6 months and I wrote my story out. I kind of went back over a 30-year span of all the 20 businesses that I've attempted to start over a 30-year span, and I just wrote a couple pages each and kind of thought back, what was my aha moments, what was my takeaways from that, and it was like therapy. I should have done this many years ago, because I might have, like, when you're aware of your mistakes, I think maybe you could stop making them, but when you're not aware, you just keep making them over and over. At least me, I do. So what I noticed is these things kept bubbling up, like, oh yeah, I should call this book KISS, Keep It Simple, Sister, because everything I've done, the only time I've been successful, which is just a few times, it's because I kept it really simple. And then I went and had a friend of mine help me kind of rewrite the book and make it sound like proper, so I could actually put it out to the world. And she goes, do you know you say flippin' all the time? It's in your vocabulary, and you've been flipping your businesses your whole life. And it was like news to me. Plus I love the word flip it, so I'm like, woohoo, flip it.
So it's such a Melody word.
Yeah, when we had our book launch, I had a little bit of a karaoke party where we played Whip It, but we changed all the words to Flip It. We're just having a lot of fun with it. I mean, some people say, what does flip it mean? They didn't really get it. They thought maybe it was flipping houses or something. So I added the words reinvention and pivot. That's the big word in the startup world, is we're pivoting now. So really, I love ideas, and I love to just kind of go out and start them. And I don't really think through too much before I get it started. I don't write the business plan to start. I'm not that perfectionist. But what I do, sit back and write it after I've tried it a few times, and I've flipped it a few times, and then it's like, okay, now I have a business model. So I get so inspired by other entrepreneurs. I wanted to just interview women all over the world, because we have a great Crave community all over the world. And I'm like, I want to hear other people's flip it stories. I want to see how they reinvented. So we set out and just started interviewing women all over the world. And then you came along and said, we need to videotape this and dig deeper. And I got to tell you, I've been listening to this summit already, the preview of Sydney, you going for the deep dive with these women. And seriously, I keep posting on Facebook, I have a smile on my face. I literally have a smile on my face the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it's so inspiring. I mean, selfishly, I just need this summit for myself. I'm like, every time you do one, I'm like, okay, I need to watch it tonight, because I'm getting so much out of it, and I will listen to it over and over, and I'm writing all these notes, and it's just so great to hear everybody's stories of how they flip something upside down.
Yeah.
And I want to hear your story too. We didn't get to your story. Like, I want to hear what you flip.
I know someone will need to interview me at some point, but
Yes.
but I'll just pick up on where you left off. First off, if you haven't already done so, you must pick up Melody's first book, Craving Success. It's a phenomenal book. I read it when I was on a plane a couple months ago, and she's right. I mean, she goes through like the nitty gritty of every mistake she made in all 20 businesses and all of these great insights that you should pick up. So definitely check that out. But as it relates to this summit, I had been a member of Crave San Francisco. We were trying to figure this out, and I think it's at least 4 or 5 years because I was in the second book, not the first one.
Right.
So however long ago that process started. And I love the community. I love everything you do. I love that it's fun and spunky and inspiring and collaborative. And so, of course, when I got an email from someone on your team to ask me to participate in Flipped It, of course I said yes. I don't even think about saying yes to what you asked for. If Melody's doing, I'm all in. And so this process started very organically. I mean, I was just an interviewee like everybody else. And then I got the preview copy of the book and I started reading it and I was like, oh my God, like these stories are so incredible. And I personally wanted to meet every single woman in the book. And then I started thinking, man, everybody who reads this is probably going to want to meet all of these women in the book.
Exactly. We need to Flipped It real life summit.
Yeah, exactly. And so I've been doing virtual events and summits and such ever since I first started out as an entrepreneur. So I've been doing that for about 7 years. And having coached and consulted with so many, especially women around the world on their business, I've seen so many of these issues play out. But these were all in so many different industries and different backgrounds and walks of life. And so I just thought it would be a travesty to not dig into this deeper and really let these women tell more of their story and pull the words off the page and hear the pain and hear the frustration and hear the struggle, but hear the triumph and watch, how they actually did it and what were the steps, because that's what we always want to know. When we read these stories, we hear about the pain and the problems like a case study, but you always want to know what exactly did you do? Like it sounds great and all polished up on the page, but what did you physically do at your computer? Or who'd you call? Or what book did you read? And so my first thought was like, I should just take this and do it. And I was like, I can't do that. That's her book. I totally can't do that. And so I said, well, I should pitch it to her and see what she thinks. And then I thought, what if she doesn't want to do it? Or what if she thinks it's whack? Or what if she wants to do it without me? Like there was all these what ifs. And then I was like, oh, screw it. Like I won't know if I don't just ask her. So I think I emailed you first. And I emailed you, Melody. And mind you, Melody and I have only met once. We met once for 5 minutes a few years ago, and she didn't even remember me, and which is totally not her fault. When I went to pick up my box of Crave books, we met on this dock in San Francisco, and we talked for 3 seconds, and I was out. And so I didn't even think she really knew who I was. But anyway, as is true Sydney style, I sent this email and was like, hey, I have this great idea I want to talk to you about. Do you have a few minutes to chat? And of course, Melody writes back and says yes. And we get on the phone, and I tell her the idea. And she's like, okay, so what? And so I had to explain the details. And so then we just started talking about if we collaborated together, what would it look like and how would we play it out? And by the end of the conversation, the summit was born. And so there wasn't any fancy, legal contracts. There wasn't any, it's truly it shows what's possible. Yeah. First of all, if you create opportunities for yourself. And second of all, if you just are willing to collaborate, because we've never worked together, but it's just been such a beautiful process. And I think we both brought so much to it. And our readers and our viewers rather are in for such a treat. So that's how it came about. So just sidebar for all of you guys who think that, you have an opportunity or you see something you want to do and you're not sure it's going to work out, just put yourself out there and try it. It could actually probably work out in so much better than you could imagine. So that's who we are. Melody, as you know, has founded the Crave Company and literally has this cult following all around the world of these amazing business women. I have been coaching and consulting small businesses for the last 7 years and teaching them how to create more money in their business. And we have gone knee deep into every piece of drama, every mistake, every frustration, every roadblock, every wall, everything that you could possibly run into in your business. And we have pulled out the steps of exactly what to do to get yourself out of that. So there's amazing takeaways in this summit in terms of mindset and how to get out of your own way. There are amazing resources that are shared. And if you haven't watched me interview, I'm a really hardcore interviewer.
No, she's really hardcore. She pulls it right out.
So
if you don't answer properly, she'll ask you again in a different way.
Yes, I certainly will. So you have so much to look forward to. So we invite you to register for free. It's completely free. We're going to be rolling out these interviews just very shortly. And we want you to come along with us and play and enjoy the ride and share what inspires you and what moves you and what steps you're going to take to move forward in your business. So go ahead and register by leaving your name and email. We'll send you all of the details, and we'll see you on the other side of the Flipped It Summit. And we look forward to hearing from you soon.
Yay!
Bye.
I want to hear all those Flipped It stories. We're going to start a movement.
We are.
Everybody's going to start to flip it good.
I know, right? And wouldn't it be great if all of us had the opportunity to start multiple businesses and really explore all of the talents that we have? So that's who we are. That's what this is about. You don't want to miss this. Don't think about it. Just sign up, and we'll see you on the other side. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.